This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. All right, so I can't stress enough this Wack100 thing that's going on, but we'll talk about that at the end. Okay. So Drake drops a snippet for Cheerios. I don't think he dropped it purposely. It actually sounds like it's gonna go for his next album. Right now, he's focused on promoting Nokia. That Nokia song is actually tracking very well for him. This is going to be his summer record for sure. Girls love it. It's at 114 million streams, which is decent for the beginning of the record, which dropped, what was it, dropped 4 weeks ago at this point? So it's doing well. It's doing well. That and is Give Me a Hug doing, see, everything, it's outperforming everything on this. And it's funny because I know Universal doesn't want to push it. I think Sony must be pushing it because let's see, under exclusive OVO sound exclusive. Whoever, wait, is it Sony that Party Next Door's label is? Because I don't think Universal's pushing this because they really don't want to have anything to do with Drake, even though it makes money. There's a big friction there right now that they have to work out. I think eventually, as this Kendrick Lamar thing dies down, of course they're going to still support Kendrick Lamar. He's one of the biggest rap artists out. You know, he's like top three with Drake. It's Drake, Kendrick. Who else would be up there? I guess you could put Playboi Carti right now. But you know, they can't just abandon Drake. They're gonna have to come to some sort of deal, you know, where he's happy, they're happy, and they move on. Because it's business in the end of the day. It's not just all about feelings, you know. They have to make a point so other rappers don't start, you know, trying to do cases against them, because there's probably a lot to work with, you know, with labels. Anyways, that's what's going on. Nokia drops this evening. Ace Hood, he's hitting up all these Detroit rappers, and it's not him. There's some company that goes around to certain rappers, like a JordanTower, the rappers that have been in the forefront before and they're not in the forefront now. But JordanTower I'm not taking anything away from JordanTower. He's a legend, okay? I owe a lot of my career to JordanTower, to be honest with you. But because of just the early music videos we did, he allowed me to do all his classics. Like, that's awesome. So anyways, Ace Hood, I've noticed this with a lot of rappers. It's this company that you just like give them access to your Instagram, and they start hitting up rappers to ask for money to be on a mixtape, and they put out this crappy mixtape, and I guess maybe they pull in, I don't know, 15,000, 20,000 for the mixtape, and then you get 10 grand, I guess. I don't know. But he's hitting up all these Detroit rappers, and they're all saying, "Oh, what are you trying to do? Promo? What's going on? Da 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 da." You know, everyone's hip to it in Detroit, and they're telling them to, like, whoever's running Ace Hood's page, get off me page, get off. Are we gonna get into Wack100 already? No. There's one other thing I want to talk about before we talk about Wack100. SAYSO P, he was killed, what was it, a week and a half ago at this point, or a week ago. They found one of the killers dead. So that's what's going on there. Then we got Goldmouth. Goldmouth is talking about the whole Jeezy altercation, where Jeezy supposedly owed him some money, and he approached him, tried to fight him, and Jeezy, obviously tried to back him off with a weapon, and he says, "I could have died in that situation."
So before I knew it, I had then crashed out, and that was a dangerous course of action.
Yeah,
because I could have easily got killed, because Jeezy actually upped the fire. He upped the pistol.
That's what
and you're in Georgia, man. That could you could easily been taken out. DDG's being blamed by Rubi Rose for her getting into OnlyFans. No, you had no choice. You weren't a good rapper. You were trash. So you used what you had, your looks, and you got into OnlyFans, and now you're a multimillionaire. She says she makes $400,000 on a bad month. I don't believe that. I believe on a bad month she probably makes $50 to $100K, and in a good month she's making a half a ticket. I think so. Some of these girls are actually making that money, okay? And, you know, there's enough lame dudes out here that will pay for that. I mean, think about, I'm not even going to get into that, but it's like there's a lot of lame dudes that'll pay for regular pictures and interactions with these women, and it's crazy. Crazy. But it is what it is. So let's get to Wack100. So basically, Wack100 is walking back everything that he was saying before. He says, well, Luce was paying, his company was paying me to promote his show that he had coming out. And they promised me if I was able to, make something out of this show, I would get my own 3 shows, cap. Okay, let's stop there. Then he says, I can't believe people really believed Luce Cannon robbed Meek Mill like that, man. You sat right there and guided him into the whole thing where, supposedly Rick Ross had to pay $50K to keep Meek Mill alive, keep his jewelry. That never happened. We knew that never happened. You know what it is? He's panicking because he realizes he went so hard that he got he probably expected Big U to get in trouble. He didn't expect a RICO to happen. He thought the feds might pick him up. He knew he didn't like Big U anymore. Big U hurt this man's ego. I don't know what happened, but they were good friends at one point, and all of a sudden everything changed. I think he pulled the curtain back on Wack100 to some people and really exposed that he is nothing like Big U. He's not a community leader. He doesn't have a whole neighborhood behind him. Wack100 does not have a whole, he's not a gang leader. Wack100 is just a hustler, okay? And he's good at it. I'm not saying he's bad at it, but he's a hustler. He's not like some feared gang member in LA. Never was. You had Top Dog, Wacko, Big U. What's the Mexican dude's name that was out there? Lulu. Who else? I mean, these were the guys that like you wanted to kind of like be in good graces with. Okay? Big U's Big U. Big U is always been a gang leader, okay? But now Wack100's talking about he does a lot of positive things for his community. I'm wishing the best for him. I would write checks for this and that, and I knew it was going to them kids. He was trying to get them kids to go to college. The whole past 2 years, you've been saying he ain't nothing but a scammer. He doesn't care about them kids. He's saying, oh, I don't believe he did the murder anymore. You don't? You don't, Wack? All of a sudden, you don't believe he did this and that? Like, you're such... Get this dude out of here, man. Get this dude out of here.
Because then it takes away from the persona that we all see is working for him. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to challenge a dude that I'm pushing.
So, he knew the Luce Cannon stuff was all fake. He's like, I didn't even know him. I didn't even know Luce Cannon, but I'm pushing him.
In front of the world, I'm just going to lay back. I'll be like, 9 out of 10 times he say, Wack, ain't right there right? Be like, yup. I don't know. I wasn't even around you back then.
Are you kidding me? This guy was co-signing him every... Yo, Luce is serious, man. He used to have beef with Luce Cannon. Look, just 3 years ago, him and Luce Cannon had words with each other back and forth all the time. All the time.
To know what the was up, but
this is my prediction. if the world is of sane mind, Wack100 will, he won't be doing the no jumper thing anymore. Something will happen between him and Adam. And Adam will start saying, well, you know, I just let him talk. And that's okay. Adam's doing his job. Adam's really just letting him sell himself down the river. Adam, he was on that podcast with him, Vlad, Academics, Wack. You could tell Vlad wasn't really feeling all the Big U stuff. Adam was calling out Wack100 saying, yo, you sent him to jail. And then Wack, and even Academics was challenging Wack100. Well, you said this and this and this. So Wack100 in there was starting to look bad. And he started firing off on everybody because he was like backed into a corner. You're being exposed now. Because you're supposed to be a gang member, but you're calling jail on all these people. Basically, like, you are exposing secrets, exposing things they did so that you're putting other people onto it in an indirect way. You know, it's not like you're going to the feds yourself and writing a statement, but, you know, you're putting the rumors out there and you're letting the internet do its thing, you know? And Wack100 has sold himself as a credible source, right? So people hang on his every word, you know, because he is a gang member. He's just not a, you know, super leader kind of, you know, he's not like the head of a gang, you know, he's a gang member, you know, and that's it. That's it. What else did he talk about?
I'm gonna rock with you. You know what I mean? So, in hindsight, I'm gonna tell you this. With this situation
this is funny. This is where he admits that he made up half of the stuff. He took one little truth and just embellished it.
About me is just a very thin line on what people perceive as real, that's bullshit, that they will still tell you is real. We knew that even if we throw a fake narrative out there, I told Six, we gonna push it out there. It's their voice. We don't give a f. They lied. Ain't no police told them. This lady don't even know what year brother, his alleged brother got killed.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so he's very worried about divulging that information that the cops, when that woman told Wack, the woman of the kid that supposedly died in the desert, told Wack, oh, you know, they're gonna come pick you up soon. They found the DNA under the fingernails. Wack went right to the internet because he was so thirsty to be first. And they went and picked Big U up right away, right? Because they're like, oh, okay. You know, this is bad, you know? So it's ruined their play. So Wack's like, and then Wack's arguing, oh, the police would never tell you. They would tell a mourning a family that's been mourning their child for 4 years that, don't worry, we're going to get this. You know, not knowing that if it spread throughout, the guy might run, you know, like sometimes they don't think that's even possible, right? But he's like, oh, they wouldn't tell that because, you know, you could let it out and then it goes to this person. Well, that's exactly what happened. You're just describing what you did. The feds aren't really thinking like that, you know? They're not thinking that far down the line all the time, especially if they're trying to console somebody.
She capped, it's gonna piss him off. The same way he irritated me with the shit he did. You know what I'm saying? When I start getting calls from people like, yo, Wack, my bad, bro. The nigga.
You got to be kidding me. He thought this was just a tit for tat thing. The man's in jail for the rest of his life, most likely now. I'm not saying Big U's innocent, but I'm just saying it looks like you're having buyer's remorse. Because now you're going to be known. You thought Vlad's narrative was bad as being a cop? Wack100's is bad. This is 100 times worse. Vlad's just interviewing people and they divulge information on their own. Wack100 was offering information that nobody knew. It's crazy, man. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. But this is insane. He's backing away from Loose Cannon. So now Loose Cannon, just from this alone, Loose Cannon is probably gonna look to end. Just try to go off on Wack100. This will be interesting. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.